Today was a session of learning, and you're going to see what I mean. So I did make a bit of an error here. I started our session today with a new skill, the targeting, and typically in the future I want to really set her and me up for success by starting our session with something she is more familiar with and then going into a newer skill like hand targeting. And the power of that practice is that we remind them of what they do know and we give them a bit of a confidence boost before we go into an unfamiliar territory that could perhaps make them feel less safe. Because for a lot of horses, familiarity equals safety. Like, if they don't know what they're doing, a lot of horses, especially who have been handled with escalating pressure, they aren't really comfortable with not knowing what the next steps are. And that's been basically the goal of this case study, is to show her that we're kind of going to figure out the next step together. Like, I'm learning, I'm still new to positive reinforcement, certainly new to being a trainer. And what I kind of brought to her was that attitude. It was that you don't need to know everything. And you're still worthy of being here, even if you're not understanding me and getting all the answers that I'd like, or progressing in the way that would make me feel good and competent in my abilities. And what I really like about this session is how I switch gears. I really go with her, and I abandon my goal of working on the targeting this day because I see that she is starting to regress. She's starting to disengage with me and starting to reach around, grab food from the pouch, things she has not done so far. Or she has done them, but it's not been a lot. And I went with her here. I said, okay, if that's too much, let's just try, default position. Can she stand next to me in a calm and relaxed way? And then in this part of the session, I take it one step further to regress my goals even more. And I decide I'm asking too much. Before, I still was asking too much movement. So I decide, okay, let's do very little basic turning steps and moving steps and see how she takes that. And there was good timing. I caught her in a neutral head position. And that was a beautiful stay. So I'm seeing here, because I allowed myself to go back a few steps, I saw she needed that. And then I was actually able to give myself a confidence boost because I saw some behaviors be more solid. Like the stay, for instance. We've worked on that so much. And it was so nice to see her pick that up again, despite some other challenges we were having this session. It's as the saying goes, when you go slow, you will go faster. And to me, this session really shows that. It really demonstrates that. Because if I had continued down the path I wanted to, being the targeting, when it clearly wasn't what she was comfortable doing on this day or was going to be motivated to do, I would not be setting us up for success. But because I was able to listen to her and put aside my own ego or embarrassment from not doing what I intended to do with her, because I set that aside, we were able to work from a place that she was able to and still strengthen those little foundation behaviors which are so important. And there she was very, very sweet, and that was a nice, relaxed turn. She wasn't swinging her hind end around, and it was really cute to see her just come with me. And that was a nice, quick recognition, and she held herself in the default position to wait for my reward. So in the end, it was quite lovely. But why it was lovely was not the things we were doing, how exciting they were. It was the connection that I didn't feel, but then was able to feel again because I did listen to her. That was a very